Welcome to my eclectic background for Lockdown 2.0 in New Zealand. So in today's video, I'm going to share a few strange things about New Zealand. So let me preface this by saying I love New Zealand. New Zealand is awesome. The people here are great. The country is amazing. I am so blessed to have been here, to be here this long, and none of what I'm about to cover today detracts from any of that sentiment. But come on, there's a few weird things, especially maybe if you're American, but here's one. What's up with these clips for the bags? So, okay, this is the large size. These are rice cakes, rice cookies, whatever they are. Anyway, all right, so here's the thing. First off, so in America we have like clips. So imagine it's like this flat surface with like a hair clip thing. And that's how we close bags of stuff that we open to snack on and then want to close. Now these things, again, this is the large size and they lock. And if you're an impatient American, they break really easily. So great, on this bag of rice crackers, I can close it easily. But what if you have a bag of crisps? The crisps are larger than this and the bag doesn't easily twist. Worse yet, what if you have a bag of coffee? Now I've tried this. Basically, if you cut just a small part of the section open and you carefully close it and you fold it down, like I can somehow get this thing to work, but it's really hard. And then, see, and then it's really tight. Okay, so like maybe that will keep my coffee fresh, but not really. It doesn't, maybe it's just me. Maybe I need somebody from New Zealand, if you're watching this, and you can give me a tutorial or point me to one on how I use these clips for everyday package sealing. I would really appreciate it. Weird thing number 2. Why, when you go to a restaurant, do they put the napkin underneath your food? So here is a plate with an onion. Okay, I would never order an onion in a restaurant, but substitute this with like your favorite piece of awesome chocolate cake, which is on your napkin, which is now soiled with the glorious, healthy ingredients in the cake. And well, if you wanted to wipe your face with it, it sort of defeats the purpose. So if I'm not using the napkin to wipe my face, then is it supposed to be decorative? And if we're not wasteful, I'm confused. And I have actually asked in several establishments why that is the case, and actually nobody knows. If you know, if you're listening to this video and you have a clue as to why, I'd love to know. Please drop a comment and let me know. The third thing that I had to get used to was barefoot walking. So when I first got to New Zealand, I was really struck by all these people that would just walk barefoot in the street. And then I saw adults and children walking barefoot in supermarkets. Now, if you're coming from another country or another culture, you may, like me, have thought and associated bare feet with poverty. And I realized that's not the case here. And I asked people about it. And what I learned is that it is a beautiful way to connect with nature. And so during my time here, I have done as much of it as possible. It really is kind of cool. It hurts like hell. I don't know. I think Kiwis have much thicker skinned feet than we do because they start at such a young age. I'm really jealous of the young kids that are like running over stones and it's like no big deal. And I'm like, ouch, ouch, ouch. I did try a parking lot once. That was not fun. But walking in nature is. And by the way, if you come to New Zealand, I highly recommend at least once during your stay, you take off your feet and you go into like New World or Countdown or Pack and Save and take your shoes off. It feels like you're doing something totally wrong, but it's not wrong at all. And it feels just glorious. So highly recommend the barefoot walking, definitely in nature. And if you want to go for it in the supermarket as well. The last thing that I want to point out is the whole culture around cows. Now, maybe you don't know this about me, but I absolutely love cows. I lived with a host family at the age of 16 in Normandy, France, and happened to get placed with a farm family that was wonderful. But as an only child back then, going into a family with 8 kids and lots of people around, it was a bit overwhelming. And so the cows became my solace. I would go outside and I would, be followed around by one in particular. Her name was Amazoni, who would follow me and lick me like a puppy dog. And I fell in love. And ever since, I have loved cows. So when I go traveling around the world, what do? I always look for cows. And I have been very, very pleased to find that in New Zealand, there are more cows than people. There are literally millions of cows. Somebody maybe last year told me the count, and it was like maybe 7 million or something, and there's 5 million people. Oh, and there was a great story about a cow that escaped, and the owner was trying to get her back, and because he wanted to grind her up for hamburger meat, and I was just rooting for the cow. I don't know whatever happened to her. But anyway, as you see, I'm wearing my t-shirt from Bulls, which is a town made for me, clearly. I do like both cows and bulls. So made for me in New Zealand. I went to Bulls. I've also been to Morrinsville, which is where they have all of those awesome fiberglass cows all over the place. But here's the thing, cows are awesome. Why does New Zealand make it so difficult to go and pet them? So that's the first thing. Every time I go, there's like cows by the side of the road. I'm like, yay, I can go pet the cows. There's always like this ditch. So there's like no way to get there unless I'm gonna like roll down, twist my ankle. I don't know. Why is it so difficult to you should make it easier to go and pet the cows in New Zealand. Second thing, when I can pet the cows, I've also noticed they're really skittish. What's up with that? Like, can we get the cows to be a little bit more friendly? They're awesome. I just went to, I think it was the Commonwealth Park. It's where One Tree Hill is in Auckland. So it is, oh, by the way, that's the garbage in the background. If you can hear, it's garbage collection at the moment. I thought they already collected it a while ago, but anyway, so, those cows were great. I walked up to them and they just, one of them just came right over, let me feed her and pet her and all that. And if you go to Shakespeare Park, you can actually walk in the paddock with the cows, which is really cool. But those are kind of the rare times that they seem really accessible and also really into the petting or somewhat into the petting. So just a suggestion, make it easier to pet the cows and also make them less skittish. As long as the garbage is outside, I do want to say a word about the garbage, because New Zealand is great about recycling, and especially compost. Being from Manhattan, I'm not used to compost. Recycling though, there's all these different kinds of plastic, and I have to say, I still, after a year and a half, don't understand which thing goes where. I think there's the paper and cardboard magazine thing, that's pretty clear. But then when you get to glass, aluminum, and plastic, I'm a bit lost. So I think people have kind of tried to explain it to me, but maybe I'm getting different explanations from different people. And so, there's these numbers on the plastic that might say 1 or 7. And I understand heavier plastic goes in the plastic recycling, but some plastic just goes in the regular garbage. And then one time I was told to put the glass and the aluminum cans together, and I did that, and I put them out to be recycled and picked up by the garbage. And when I returned, all the glass was gone and all of the aluminum cans were left behind. So I don't get it. That concludes my video for today, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, or I don't know, between Facebook and YouTube, whatever the like is, that would be great. If you hit the notification button, you'll make sure to get my future videos, and please feel free to leave a comment. I love your comments. They've been really educational and fun, so please leave some more, and if you're not already a subscriber, please sign up to my channel. One day I dream of having 1,000 subscribers, so help me out. Anyway, thanks for listening. Catch you on the next video. Bye.